Hey, this is Timmara signing on with some more of The Council. Okay, last time we started off Chapter 4, where Mom sent us on a mission to find the Holy Spear of Longinus, the guy who stabbed Jesus. And talking to Piaggi and Walner and finding a couple of texts, I think I found the right one. Copper rimmed, the Christian symbol of the fish, and a boar spearhead. Chosen the Lance of Longinus. I have found all the clues enabling me to identify all the copies of the lance. Just kept playing. Okay, well, that's all. I was wondering. I guess we were right at the end there. So that means something is about to go down. Okay. Let's see what we got. We only got one manuscript out of all that. Okay, let's see. I guess point and error edition. We got 3 points to go. One point to think questioning. We're really close to psychology. Maybe I should just level that up. Now let's put all our points in conviction. Get that to level 2. Yeah. Sounds good. And still only one manuscript. One more is all we got. I haven't found any books in a while. I guess I had a good starting streak.
Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Yep, I can only equip. Join Ma at the wharf. This'll go great. I don't see anybody interacting with me while I make my way there. I'm gonna get away with this scot-free. This is gonna go great. Nothing bad's gonna happen at this stage. Do you get how sarcastic I am right now? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we gotta get to the wharf, which should be...
sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything.
Oh, that's why he's involved.
Piaggi and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking
Confrontation.
about.
Oh god, I have nothing.
Quick.
Hit him.
Look.
No, let's not do conflict. He's a soldier.
I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, Derichet.
Okay.
Where have you been?
Manipulation. He's not immune
Lord
to it.
Mortimer tell you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So, I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions.
Damn.
Look, if he hasn't taken you
God,
into his
I'm using way too many items.
you
I'm gonna go
should know
freaking
yet.
broke by the time the end game
figure
shows
out
up.
what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
Get him muddled. It's my best
Remind
bit.
me, who did you hear making those alleged charges against me?
His Eminence Piaggi and Monsieur von Volner were discussing them when I joined them.
And remind me, during the conference, which side were His Eminence and Mr. von Volner on?
Sir Gregory. But what has that got to do with it?
And did it
Oh,
not
you're
occur
biased.
to you for a single instant that they might have been speaking about me in front of you on purpose to manipulate you? I trust them to detect novices who are likely to be taken in, yes.
Those sons of whores. Ah! So that's how they see me.
Be careful to make sure the conference keeps on going ahead smoothly, though. Please. It would grieve me to have to report you to Lord Mortimer.
No, of
Ooh,
course.
damn.
I'll make sure those two bastards get what they've got coming. Right.
Just throw them under
We'll
the
leave it
bus
there.
after they give me all
I'm
the
glad
information.
that things have been cleared up.
So, are we finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right. Go play somewhere else. See you later, monsieur.
Chump.
Come on. I have to hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
Yeah, confrontation success. I've only failed one so far, but let's be fair, that is because of my use of items. After like chapter 2, because I screwed up with Elizabeth before she died. I screwed that up badly. Yeah, and I'm just like running low. I've got no Carmelite water. I've got used up so much royal jellies. Oh no. And I've been using Devil's Thorn just to make sure these crucial confrontations don't get messed up. And I've wore myself pretty thin. So, not great. This is gonna bite me by the time, like, the last couple of decisions in the game. By chapter 5, I'm gonna have, like, nothing to use. And it's just like, oh, great, I am screwed. I became the jack of all trades and I spread myself too thin. And now I got no items to use effort on. Like, things have been going well so far, but I think I might have screwed myself in the end game. Who knows? It's still early. Who knows? There might be more spots where I can just get, like, a bulk of items or something. Gotta get through the dining hall. Is Piaggi still there? No. Well, actually, last time Piaggi had a bleeding nose. I don't need to talk to him. It's the Spanish jerk. Or, not Spanish, but the jerk from Spain. Ah, great. Oh, dear.
Louis, perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Oh, dears. Run!
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat.
What's wrong, my lord? Tell me. What's with all the bodyguards?
Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road.
Ugh.
The wrong road?
Louis, Sarah has made her own choices of her own free will, and I would like for you to have the same chance. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right.
Just up.
Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
Why tell me?
But why me?
Why do I tell you about the greatest secret ever revealed to man?
That's right.
I'm coming to that. Don't worry.
How can I believe him?
Why should I trust you?
I'm not asking you to, Louis. If you are still in doubt about the demons, I can assure you that won't last long.
What are the demons' projects for humanity?
Our aim has long since been to protect humanity from itself. On the other hand, although we give them the impulse to succeed, we don't all agree as to the path they take to achieve it.
What has my mother got to do with all this?
She embarked on a crusade many years ago to kill all the demons.
That must have upset you. I imagine you retaliated.
No, I'm afraid she never forgave me.
Forgave what?
We met when she was still just a young woman. I appeared to her in a different form because I didn't want to reveal the identity of Lord Mortimer at that time. She was looking for someone interested in the occult to decipher an ancient book. We spent many years together until I revealed my true nature to her. Did she speak about it?
Not so long ago, yes.
Indeed, it was already Al-Azif. She wanted to unlock the secrets.
How would you qualify your species, scientifically?
Good question. What is your area of expertise?
My
I'm
lord,
not a scientist.
to tell you the truth, I don't see myself as a scientist.
Well, consider us as a simple species still unknown to most of men. Thus we are born. We have the capacity to change bodies, that is all.
I can't use science against him, even as...
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are because a large number of our kind remain hidden or never reveal themselves even to us.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
Oh dear. What are these powers
Can you
exactly? Tell me
more
about your
your
secrets so I can learn how to get around them.
Supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
And what do you do with this power?
We help
Manipulate the
them,
whole
of
world.
course.
Rubbish.
Of course you do. And you expect me to believe that, I
Crap.
suppose.
Louis, demon is just a word. It all depends on what
Okay,
exists
I think that's the
beneath
first
surface.
immunity. Well,
I
aside from
understand
science.
that this isn't easy. The culture of men is centered on the fact that demons are responsible for all the evils on Earth.
But if it's the same in every single culture, then maybe there might be something to it. Don't you think?
Certainly there is something to it. Control. Man has spent his existence wishing to believe in the supernatural and imposing his belief on others. What could be more convenient for manipulating the masses? A perfect, inaccessible being and a plethora of demons in every one. The perfect idea to relieve men of all responsibility while still finding them guilty.
You've been Mortimer for 600 years? How long have the demons been among mankind?
Oh, I don't think I'd be lying if I said that we have always been here.
If I follow you, you must have witnessed some of the greatest moments in history.
You could certainly say that, yes.
I've noticed that you have a passion for the Crusades.
Among
I was
other
there.
things, yes, mainly the third. It was during the siege of St. Joan of Arc that I took possession of Lord Mortimer.
And you've never changed skins or bodies since?
I have used other envelopes, but only to carry out very short tasks. Apart from that, indeed, I have been able to retain the identity of William Alexander Mortimer throughout the centuries.
How's the body stay intact?
Did you experience ancient Rome?
Demon magic?
Oh, yes. Luxury and decadence, Louis. My family did indeed reign supreme, but from this period I retain only the works of my friend, Marcus Vitruvius Pollio.
Did you know ancient Egypt?
Oh, yes, yes. We were gods on earth in those days.
What did men call you then?
Amenhotep IV.
The 10th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty?
Ooh, I see you're a connoisseur, Louis. Impressive.
Huh.
Did you know ancient Greece?
In many ways, yes. One day Pericles, the next Parmenides. Just the memory of the time I spent working on acoustics with Pythagoras. Well, it moves me quite deeply, to tell the truth.
Pericles. He's the one who brought Athens to its golden age, isn't he?
In a way, yes.
He established democracy and then died during an epidemic. It wasn't so long after his 2 sons passed away. Isn't that right?
Excuse me, Louis. I would rather not relive any more of that, if you don't mind.
Huh.
You seem to be fascinated by Christ. He You weren't him, were you?
Oh,
I'd believe it if he
no,
said
not at all.
yes.
He was my father, though.
What?
Strange as it seems.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Am I dreaming? Ugh, please tell me I'm dreaming.
We should have the chance to talk about all that again later, but yes, he was my father. All the mythology surrounding Jesus of Nazareth really stems from my father's prideful need to show himself among men.
Okay. I thought.
You're the devil incarnate.
The devil? I'm not saying that all Judeo-Christian folklore hasn't served us, but the truth is, of course, something quite different. Please, don't look at us through the primitive prism of religions. I am not hiding any horns or goat's feet, Louis. I have no tail.
Why do you bring up folklore? You mean that you've taken advantage of people's beliefs?
No, not exactly. I mean that we in fact created them from scratch. It is amazing to see how mankind has such a strong need to believe in something superior to itself. It was very instructive for what was to come.
I think that's all. I've asked him everything. That just an info dump of information.
Continue.
The game freeze, or is this just trying to load? Okay, so I went, yeah, at least we didn't start far, but I went through all the questions and talking again. Took advantage of the time to not use so many effort points some places. Okay.
Continue.
Louis.
Okay, there we go. It didn't freeze that time.
You opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you.
I'm waiting for us to have another vision because I'm waiting for him to tell us we're another demon.
If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
Okay.
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our
So is
family
everyone here a
first
demon?
divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living
But how do you
several
agree
centuries,
on global policy?
locally we often have competing interests, and sometimes we start wars between men which are linked to our disagreements. Most of the time our father steps in and gives directives, which my family follow to the letter. Indeed,
So there's a
in my opinion,
superior.
it is high time we moved on.
What do you mean?
I mean that a new era must begin. The old monarchic regimes are outdated, and it's time to evolve.
Well, so you
So-
know Von Borchert.
Von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis. And with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What, you mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of Von Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
He's a prisoner at
Oh,
our
right, his
headquarters
father's
in
Jesus.
Paris.
I just remembered.
Alright.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, Sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though.
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
It was you who killed her.
The child was already condemned, Louis. My father would never have let her be. I had to pass inside her mind and, yes, make her take her own life. Trapped between the unyielding control of my father and your mother's terrible treatments, I wouldn't wish a life like that on anyone. Would you?
So neither my mother
explains
nor
a
Peru
lot.
were ever guilty. You just gave me the runaround with that whole investigation.
Now don't take it the wrong way. I was obliged to keep up appearances so that Gregory wouldn't suspect me. And it enabled me to size you up, Louis. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis.
Well, there's a lot more to
Come,
go.
I've something to show you.
Oh dear.
There is one question that remains to be answered.
What the
Why
hell?
me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
I don't know. God, he's made a good case for it, though. In a way, I am kind of interested. It would make sense why we have all these weird visions. Because how else would that happen?
I must admit that the idea is appealing.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me. You are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Yep.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens.
I'm waiting
the
for him
first
to drop
time.
the ultimate bomb. I was like,
Your
I'm your
spirit
dad.
wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you,
What do you mean?
Whoa.
Louis. I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
I'm so shocked I'm fading
No.
out of...
No, it's not possible.
You are my son.
There it is.
Liar!
Oh, Peru. Wireless controller. Freaking controller. Sorry, switching to the other one. Peru.
Well, so now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool.
I didn't know,
Don't
man.
make a move, you clowns.
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid. Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it.
Don't
Don't know what
blame
it's
me.
like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jack, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
Crap. That would drain everything I got.
Monsieur Peru, I don't even know what this is
Oh,
all
thank God.
about.
It's quite simple. You're like them.
If that's enough to make me unforgivably evil, then I prefer you shoot. But I don't feel as if I've changed. I'm still the same man I was an hour ago.
They will corrupt you. It's inevitable.
And I won't be able to resist, like you are now.
Well,
Give me the benefit of the doubt. Think about it a moment.
so,
Okay.
what are you gonna do now?
Hold on, I just want to double check where I always get confused when I'm trying to find everybody's. Okay, he's vulnerable to etiquette and psychology.
You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
I gotta be sure. Okay.
Jack, I can assure you that what Lord Mortimer just told me makes no difference.
Unlock talent seductive. Gain 1 skill point in manipulation. Use manipulation skill 10 times.
But you're already in his hands, and you don't even know it, Louis.
I've got
No,
nothing
Jack,
left
it's the
except pure
contrary.
negative
Everything
affliction.
that's been
I
happening
am so
here has
screwed.
been carefully planned by the Golden Order for months, and everything is going exactly as planned. Lower your weapon. It's all right. It's over. You'll make it through, and you're going to get your life back.
You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me. You're going to be held accountable, and you will lose everything, starting with your freedom and then your head.
I told you, I don't care.
Not about yourself, maybe, but what about your daughter? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it?
Shut up! Shut up!
She will be alone, in a world that you know is hostile. What will become of her?
That's true, but...
Don't abandon her. Not a second time. It's your last chance, my friend. It's over. Come now, Mr.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you ought to take your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
I'm glad no one decided to off him just out of retaliation. Oh, but that was a waste of a devil's thorn. Suppose he's weak to psychology, so I guess it would make sense that he was immune to, or weak to, well, not vulnerable to manipulation, but it would have worked.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
And
To tell you the truth, I don't get much time to ask myself those questions.
Quite right. Best not to react to all this too suddenly. Take some time to think about it all. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her.
Or is he lying to us
justify
right now?
herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon,
5 of each item.
I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel
He's
the
trying to get into our heads.
vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
Hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
But I'd be violating their minds, wouldn't I?
No, nothing of the sort. You won't really be penetrating their psyches. Let's just say you'll be picking up residual signals emitted by their thoughts. It isn't intrusive at all, rest assured. There
sure it's
are
not.
also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent.
New blood. Oh, where? Hold on, where is it? I think that's it. You know, read shallow thoughts. We have a revelation about your origins.
Used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourselves will know that you are spying, and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear.
So will I be able to tell the
What is
difference?
most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Or you, for that matter.
Yes, the old grump is touchy, and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you've finished.
Read thoughts. You're not able to hear superficial thoughts of your intro. Each use your mind reading costs 1 essence point. You can earn 1 back when confronted by an immune. Huh.
You're right. I need to go now. See you later, Father.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
I'm trying to think. Wait, she talked about a thing we did.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
God, this is messed up. No, I want to find somebody and try this out. Wait, they did mention. She did talk about that we did a mission where we stole a baby that was apparently Mortimer's. Were we that baby? Did she fabricate it somehow? Is she? I have so many questions, Royal
Honey,
Jelly.
the remedy of the gods.
I've got like no items. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, we can't go that way. Read minds. Well, so far the only 2 demons we know that are around are Gregory and Mortimer. So what about... I wonder if Mom... Yeah. So there's another... so there's another use for Devil's Thorn, but now I'm out of everything. I don't think we've ever explored here. Please tell me there's
Chinese
something.
coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cache.
This is what I'm wondering. Is Mom a demon too? Because how else? We have the memory of stealing a baby, apparently. They talked about that a while back ago. But how could that have been somebody else if it was us, you know? So, could she have made up the memory? Am I misremembering? Or am I falling for Mortimer's lies? Oh.
Oh no! No, Mother!
Louis, it was an accident, I'm sorry. I didn't have a choice. She attacked me. I didn't want to hurt her.
What happened?
What happened?
I was on the wharf. It was dark. She seemed to be preparing to depart. I moved closer. I wanted us to talk, but as soon as she saw me, she threatened me. I wanted her to explain to me in her own words what had happened to Emma.
Okay, I
had
did
to
get
know
the
what
right sister.
happened, Louis. You understand that, don't you? Is it really for him that you left me, Emily? That's pathetic. Look, he
Shit.
still doesn't get it for crying out loud.
Emma? Oh, the bitch. Bitch.
What? Louis, what's wrong
Yeah, I
with
made the
You are not Emily.
crap. I made a
Ah,
mistake.
that. It took you long enough to figure it out, though.
Frick.
Oh, I felt sorry for you when I saw you couldn't even recognize her, Louis. What do you expect? It wasn't my fault. Was it perhaps that night we spent together after the conference that persuaded you that I was worth more than her?
What?
Oh, you still don't get it.
Oh.
The night of the conference? It wasn't poor Emily who paid you a little visit in your room. Oh, she was much too busy with Monsieur Bonaparte.
No, that's not true.
It was me, of course. I assure you, you got something a whole lot better. And when I think she wasn't even armed when I arrived. Right. Take a moment to think and meet me at the manor later.
You're crazy.
Now, Louis, don't push it. I understand your grief, but I won't put up with that sort of talk from you or anybody. If he says one more word, I won't be around to satisfy any of his desires.
Crap.
But you've lost your mind.
That's enough. That's not how you talk to a lady.
Strangle the crazy woman. I don't want to get in trouble despite how justified I feel, because I am... Oh, God, that's right. Now that I think about it. But I thought maybe Emily went to talk to Bonaparte before. Frick! Oh, shoot.
I'd like to be alone, madam.
That's all right. I'd rather that too. See you later, Louis.
I can't believe it. Shoot, Emily. Oh, things are just one thing after another. God damn it. Are you kidding me? Farewell. I did not arrive in time to save her. I did not stop Lady Herzbaum from shooting Sarah. I did not find out what Sarah she's lie. I could have had discussion with Manuel Godoy. Screw Godoy. Oh! What? Freaking Christ. Are you kidding me? I got nothing. New blood. Frick. Okay, Sarah's dead. Emily's dead. Emma's walking around. What am I going to do? All of my failures are just culminating right now. Oh, no. No, no, no. Unworthy son. Oh, that's grim. Oh, crap, where is it? Oh. Conviction costs you one more effort point. You gain one skill in occultism. Oh, great.
Rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies.
So if I had talked to Mortimer less, I probably could have met with her faster.
Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
It's kind of good.
No, this is an advantage.
It
I can get used to
is.
this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it. What a mess. Come on. Man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about.
And now's the
Yes,
only guy I got.
I've
with
still got
any-
a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Well, we're gonna be alone. I think this is a good wrap-up point. After that, legions of bombshells.
Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
Yeah, after that, legions of
Lovely lectures
bombshells.
Mortimer's
Yeah,
giving
now's a
his
good time
guests.
for a
Very
break.
jolly.
Okay, well, yeah, so next time we're gonna go try and finish up the chapter. A lot's happened. I'm feeling stupid as hell. Oh, man. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna wrap up for right now, and next time we will continue, and we will see how we're gonna untangle this yarn ball of just mess. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.